Hi, my name's Comic, and here we are in episode 3 of smokes that are useful for utility players that aren't the super basic ones and also not super situational bullshit ones that you see on Reddit. This one is going to be on train. Also, I would like to give a quick recap. Last episode really blew up, so thank you guys so much for watching. It was really fun to see all the feedback, and it was really helpful as well. One of the biggest bits of feedback that I got was that my crosshair was too small, and so I changed it a little bit, and so now I'm going to be doing the big crosshair reveal right now. So let's get right into the smokes. I hope this crosshair is a little bit bigger. Okay, all jokes aside, your guys' feedback was really useful. I did change my crosshair, so hopefully it's a little bit easier to see, and also I did get those binds, so now I can zoom in and do things like that to help you guys see some of the harder lineups. So the first bits of feedback that I did get were that I needed more flashbangs in these videos, and I completely agreed. So here are some flashes for the B bomb site. These are really useful to help your teammates get out. This first one I consider a god flash. What you want to do is get into this corner, and you'll see the vent up there. So the vent's like that, and you'll see a little bit line coming off the end of it, and you just want to aim at the bottom right of that line. So you just aim right there and throw. And that's a really good flashbang because it doesn't blind your teammates coming out ramp, and it fully blinds anyone playing towards Pop Dog. Anyone back Summit will also get blinded. Anyone over here on the far right will also get blinded. Anyone even back here trying to hold the wide angle. Anyone right here will also get blind. Anyone top Pop will get blind. Anyone basically just about anywhere will get fully blinded off of this flashbang. So it's an insanely good flash, and it doesn't blind any of your teammates coming out here. And the nice thing about it too is the background's so dark right here that a lot of the time the CTs won't actually even see it flying in, so it doesn't actually give them a chance to turn around. The next flash I'm going to show you is a little bit more of a pop flash, and so what you want to do right here is get into this corner. You're going to crouch, and you're going to see this AC unit right here, and what you want to do is just aim anywhere towards the top of it. It's pretty loose, and you're just going to left and right click a flashbang, sorry, and it'll pop right at the bottom. So the nice thing about it is it'll pop really quickly, so anyone down here won't actually hear the pins being pulled, and they'll still get blinded just because of how quick of the flashbang it goes in. So it's a really good flash. The one thing about it is make sure you tell your teammates to turn around just because you don't want them getting blinded as well. But that's the flashes for the B bomb side. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing the standard utility, so you guys can find other videos for that. So the next little bit of utility that I'm going to show you are all for outside bomb site, and a lot of the time you'll see nades that are all thrown from up here, so like you have to get up on top of here and line up over some box and then line up somewhere randomly in the sky. A lot of the time your teammates don't want to learn smokes like this, and I don't either. They're just way too difficult and obviously way too finicky. So I found some easier ways to line up these smokes. The first one you're going to line up is for left side bomb train. So what you want to do is get into this cubby right here. You're going to see this top barbed wire over here, and you're going to see it line up with this yellow wall right here. What you want to do is just aim it where it intersects and jump throw. And so this smoke will take an extra second to pop, but it will land on the left side of bomb train. So it's a really nice smoke to be throwing in. And as you can see, it lands deep enough. The next one is from right here. So what you want to do is get into this little cubby right here. You'll see this little bit stops you, and you're going to see this T right here in the garbage bin, and you just aim right at the top of it and jump throw. That's a right side bomb train smoke. As you can see, it lands really quickly, so it's nice for your teammates to get out fast. And so these two smokes are a lot easier to throw, and I think they're just a lot more useful. Another nice thing about this one is you can still watch this IV push from back here, and then as soon as your teammates want to come out, you just drop and throw. So it's a really nice one to throw. Another thing too is if you are throwing flashbangs for your teammates to get out, there's like a weird clipping right here that blocks your flashbangs. So all you have to do is get into this back corner right here, and you aim at about the height of this garbage barrel thing right here and in between the A right here, and just run and jump throw. These are nice flashbangs that come out, and one of the things I realized is if you throw flashbangs that land on top of here or that they land near it, sometimes it will only half blind just because there's some weird textures over there. So it's a nice flashbang to be throwing, and it's really consistent. And so obviously I just said I don't like any of these weird lineup smokes on the top of this garbage can, but I do have one that I kind of like, and the main reason for it is because with these two smokes, it's really useful. So what you want to do is get along this edge and line up so you're right above this line in the box. So you see this one, and just over the edge of it like that. And you're going to want to line your crosshair up in the center of this box and about the height of this dark line that's on the right. And so what you're going to do is just walk forward and jump throw. And so this will land on top of the bomb train, and so as you can see, it spreads along the edges, which is the main reason why I like it so much. Because if you do have a CT trying to play over the top of these smokes, they'll actually be mollied off just because of how close they are to the flames. And the nice thing about it too is these smokes that land right in here won't actually extinguish the Molotov, so you don't have to worry about any CTs playing on top of here if you can get this Molotov right. It is a little bit finicky, so you do have to practice it a lot, but it is a very nice Molotov to be throwing in. The next little bit of utility is for when you're getting out onto the A bomb side. A lot of the time you do have these smokes and you have these flashes and you're able to get out into Olaf, but then your hit is slowed down a lot. So I found a few bits of utility that you can throw right here in Olaf. The one thing for it is make sure you can't get peeked from anyone towards Ivy when you do throw it. So just taking a quick little jiggle right there can help you get these lineups together. So the first one you want to throw is a Z smoke. It's just in this corner and you see this bar that's closest to you. Just aim at the top left of it and throw. This will land inside of Z, and you might be thinking, oh, well, it's a little too deep. And the nice thing about it is essentially what it does to the CTs is they have to push really far through it in order for them to see anything, and at that point you can see them a lot easier than they can see you. The next one is a bomb train Molotov. So the way I like to find this one is it's just between the second and the third bar from me, and you just pull into the middle and a little bit below, so just kind of like that, and throw, and that'll land on top of the bomb train, so you don't have to worry about anyone playing towards there, and then you're able to swing from this side of sight. So it's a really nice Molotov and smoke to be throwing in just because it gives you a little bit more space, and they're nice in late rounds as well if you are lurking out Olaf. So the next nades I'm going to show you are all from the CT side, and the first one I'm going to show you is actually the dirtiest Molotov I've ever found, but basically it's for top ladder. What you want to do is get on the left side of this E-box, and you're going to see the antenna up there, so let me zoom in real quick, and you're just going to aim a little bit inside of the angle. So you just aim like that and throw. And the nice thing about it too is even if the glass is or isn't broken, the Molotov will always land. So I'll throw it one more time with the glass unbroken, and here's what it looks like. And it's still exactly the same Molotov. And basically what it does is it gives you a lot of noise cues, and it does a lot of chip damage onto any Ts trying to get into this area. And one thing about it too is what it does is it forces off the T's into one of three angles. So they either have to come back into the bathrooms, they have to play over towards here, or they have to go into the stairs. And a lot of the time the T's will back up into the bathroom so that they can watch the ladder still, because from the other two angles you can't see the ladder. So what you want to do for this next little bit of utility is you get into this corner and you'll see this dot close to you, and you'll see a dot right above it. So you just want to aim at the dot and jump throw, and it'll land right on top of them. So if you saw the Molotov, it forces them back to at least here. HE comes out and does more damage, so now they're really low. And so it essentially gives you free assists for not having to peek anything. The next little bit of utility is for retaking ladder control. So a lot of the time on the CT side, you're not actually able to get in there super early, and you want to make sure you can actually get in there clean. The one thing about this is you do need to shoot out the glass in order to get this flashbang in, but it is one that if you are a ladder player, you can have your Z player learn it. What you want to do is get into this little cubby right here, and you're going to see the AC unit, and you'll see the two dark lines on the top of it. You just aim at the rightmost one and throw, and that flashbang will land inside of ladder. So anyone towards here will get fully blind, and they don't have just about any time to react, as you can see right there. The only way you can get screwed over is if someone's playing anti-flash right here, but even then, not many people do that on the T side. So it's a nice little flashbang for you to get right back into ladder control. The next little bit of utility is just an optimization of utility that I've seen before. A lot of the time, if you're going for this early Ivy aggression, people will throw flashbangs like that. And the one reason why I don't like this flash is because it makes that sound cue right there, which gives the T's a lot of time to turn around and know that a flashbang is coming in. So if you are trying to go for Ivy control, have a player on your team throw this flashbang for you. What you want to do is just get anywhere along here. There's a little corner right here you can get into, but it doesn't really matter. It's really loose. Crouch, and you're just going to aim at the top of this AC unit right here and just standard throw. And so the nice thing about this is because of how far back it is, they won't hear the flash being pulled, and it also doesn't bounce at all. And it lands behind your teammate who's sprinting out. So any T's here are absolutely dicked down by a flashbang like this. It's really dirty. And so I would recommend you throw it if you are going for this IV aggression early in the round. One more little bit of utility on the A-bomb site. If you are retaking the bomb site or you are the rotator who's getting in here, one thing that you can throw to deny any kind of bomb plant is a lot of the time you get smoked off here, so you're kind of just waiting, spamming through, just trying to do a little bit of chip damage, things like that. You can also throw a Molotov or an HE. What you want to do is get into this corner, see the leftmost side of this light, just run forward and throw at any point in your run, and this will Molotov off the default plant spot. So even if they're up here, they're still getting Molotoved, and so it's a really nice molly to throw. If you throw an HE the exact same way, it'll still do the same job and just does a lot of damage onto anyone trying to get the bomb down. And a lot of the time, Ts won't like to plant right here, so they'll plant along this side, like here. And what you can do is if you're in the Z connector and they throw a smoke down on top of you, you can just look for this line right here, this little gray bit that goes across, and you just aim at the center of it and throw. And so that'll be a Molotov that Molotovs off this entire side. So it's a really nice Molotov to throw, and also it works the same as an HE. So if you throw an HE there, it does a lot of damage onto them. Next little bit of utility is for retaking the B bomb site. I know it's really hard to retake just because of all of these close angles that the Ts can be in. So I found some Molotovs that you can throw in here. And the first one I'm going to show you is for oil. So a lot of the time you'll have a T side player playing back there. And so what you want to do is Molotov it off. So what you are going to aim at is over here. You see this dark little rectangle right here. You just aim at the bottom right of it and jump throw. The way I find it is the top of it is kind of lined up with the caution tape, and so you just aim at the bottom right, jump throw, and that Molotov's off back oil. And the nice thing about it too is it spreads into here as well. So any Ts who are trying to play back here will have to make the decision to either fall off wide or push in or swing out to the left, and all of those are really shitty positions for them to be in. If they do take a little bit of damage here towards oil, your teammates will hear it, and then all they have to do is just pre-fire this corner right here. The next few nades I'm going to show you are for Summit, and so if you don't know what Summit is, it's this little angle right here. And so a lot of the time a T will get in here and he can peek off a lot of angles from it. You're just going to get in here in this corner, and you'll see a little tiny light dot right here. I swear I can see it on my screen without zooming in. You just aim straight at it and throw. If you do want to find it out without the dot, it's the intersection between this bar and this gray line right here, and that'll Molotov off Summit. If you do want to throw it with a jump throw, just because it gives you a little bit of information towards pop, you just aim at the bottom left of this piston and jump throw, and it'll pop right onto Summit. And both of these Molotov off the entire area, so the T is forced out into an angle that you can fight. Next one is a Molotov for Pop Dog. And so a lot of the time you'll have a player playing back here, just peeking out onto you guys. So what you want to do is you're just going to get into this back corner, and you'll see this triangle up here, and you see the two little lines coming off of it. You just aim at the leftmost one and run forward and throw. And so this Molotov will land right here. And as you can see, it Molotovs off the entire bit of Pop Dog, so the only way for him to escape is either come up at the top of the ladder where he's visible, or swing out wide where he's also visible. And the nice thing about it too, if I throw it again, it Molotovs off a bit of the ramp, so this guy actually can't peek into you at all without taking damage. So he'd have to jump into a peek, take a lot of damage, and at that point you should be able to get the kill. Now you may be thinking, oh, well, Z is smoked, so I'm not actually going to be able to see that lineup over it, right? Nice thing about it is there is a tiny little red light that shows through. So if you aim at the red light and pull up between this button and this box right here, so you get right there, and you just line up and run forward the same way, throw, there's the Molotov again, the same exact one, so it pops right here, so anyone towards pop gets Molotoved off. And I'm not going to show a default one because these are super easy to throw. And so one more thing, if you don't have these Molotovs to throw in here, and you do have a smoke though, you can get into the same corner. And what you want to do is you'll see these dark lines right here, the dark gray and the light gray. You just aim right here, you see the line that goes up, and pull up to the top of this first bar that goes across and jump throw, and this will land inside of upper, so you don't have to worry about anyone peeking through it or peeking deep into it. And the nice thing about it too, you may think it's a little bit too deep, the T has to swing out wide in order to see anything, so at that point you should be able to get the free kill onto him. Another nice little thing is with this Summit Molotov, if you throw a flashbang in the same way, it's a nice one to give yourselves a little bit more space to work with, and it won't blind you guys coming out here or running along the left side. So anyone playing right here trying to watch the sidewalk push will get full blind. Anyone towards Summit will also get blinded just because of how close it is. So that's a nice little set of utility to be throwing to retake the B-bomb site. So these are all of the interesting utility that I found on Train that I think aren't the standard ones, but are very useful or just slightly more optimized. So if you do like these kind of videos, make sure you subscribe. I'm continuing this series, and I'm trying to figure out what map I want to do next. But if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm also playing in ESEA right now, and we're in playoffs, so I'm really excited about that. If you guys want updates on things like that, follow me on Twitter at thatkidcomic. Thank you so much for watching. It's been Comic. It's been a fun time. Have a great day. Peace. Oh shit. Okay, so I forgot to show you one more nade. This is a fast right side bomb train, so I showed you the one over there. This is for if you're rushing A and you want to get out. What you want to do is line yourself up along these bars right here. Aim a little to the right of center of this box right here. You see the line going down it. Aim right there and jump throw. And that's a right side bomb train smoke for you guys. So it's a nice one to be throwing because a lot of the time you guys have a sandwich smoke or you have an E-box smoke. So it's like that or like this. And so just giving yourselves that extra smoke to get out onto the bomb site is really nice. And so it gives your teammates a little bit more spaces to swing, and it lets them take these fights a little bit easier because they don't have to worry about the Z guy anymore. So those are all the utility. Thank you guys for watching till the end of the video. If you did enjoy, again, all of the stuff I said before, have a great day. Love you guys a lot.